Microsoft's planned $75 billion acquisition of gaming giant Activision lies in the balance after a US judge put the deal on hold, pending an antitrust review. The planned takeover would grant Microsoft control over 3 major studios and some of the most popular games in the world, including Activision's first-person shooter Call of Duty, Blizzard's fantasy multiplayer role-playing game World of Warcraft, and one of the most popular mobile games, Candy Crush, by King. Now, the plans have received a mixed response from regulators around the world. The UK's competition watchdog blocked it back in April, while the European Union, Japan and South Korea have all approved it. Earlier, I spoke with tech analyst Jez Corden, editor at Windows Central. I began by asking him what this acquisition would mean for Microsoft.
For Microsoft, they've constantly been talking about this idea of growing Xbox, its gaming platform, beyond the console. So they perceive the console install base as sort of being static. They don't see it as growing much more than it has been in recent years. And rather than fight over PlayStation and Nintendo for that specific pie, they want to grow out towards mobile and PC gaming as well. And Activision, of course, with Candy Crush Saga and World of Warcraft, they have a very, very large presence in PC and mobile, and that'll sort of give Microsoft a fast-track way to get into that market.
So what's the main argument that US and UK regulators are making against this deal?
Well, they've kind of zeroed in, funnily enough, I didn't mention the market that they're actually zeroing in on as the main reason to block the deal, and that is the cloud gaming market. So beyond PC and mobile, you also have this very nascent, very early market, which is sort of the concept of streaming video games straight from the cloud. So instead of having a mobile phone or a console running the game natively, you stream it from Microsoft servers or some other company servers like Nvidia or Amazon servers. They're also players in this space. And you pay a subscription fee similar to Netflix. Instead of buying the DVD, you stream the movie to your TV set. Microsoft sees this as a way of expanding to new markets and, finding customers that maybe don't want to buy a gaming PC or a gaming console. And a lot of regulators have thought if Microsoft is able to buy Activision Blizzard King, which of course owns very, very big games like Call of Duty, they would have such a head start in the cloud gaming business that it would be impossible for others to catch up. That's at least what they say.
It's interesting, though, because some countries have approved this deal, including the European Union. How did Microsoft manage to appease regulators there?
Well, this is, again, it comes back to cloud gaming. And one of the reasons that Microsoft is very, very aggressively pursuing cloud gaming is because in order for cloud gaming to grow as a business and a market, you kind of need a huge amount of capital investment from players like Amazon and like Microsoft, smaller companies who don't have necessarily the server infrastructure to deliver this on this potential new market. It's probably not going to happen without Amazon or Microsoft or Nvidia backing it. So what Microsoft has said was, let us invest in this market, let us grow this market. And in order to do that, we will provide those games to competing platforms, smaller companies like Boosteroid and so on. And we will provide all of Activision Blizzard's games and all of our own games like Halo and Forza and Flight Simulator and so on. We'll provide those games to smaller competitors on a 10-year, no questions asked basis. And they've offered to put that in writing. The UK regulator came back to that argument and that offer and said that it didn't want to have to regulate and make sure that Microsoft makes good on its contractual obligations that they put forward. So now it's kind of like a sort of a battle to sort of convince regulators that Microsoft actually will follow through on that.
Interesting stuff. Jez Corden, editor at Windows Central. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.